Good morning, class, and thank you for joining Mr. Air for another Vodcast coming to you from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Today is Wednesday, May the 2nd, 2012. In this experiment today, we're going to demonstrate what it's like for a healthy body to become sick and the results of what happens when we introduce medicine or an antibiotic into our body to fight off the infections. Now you'll notice in this experiment, we have different objects on the table here. We have an ordinary bowl filled with water, a jar of pure ground black pepper, and a bottle of normal dish liquid. And finally, a dropper. So you're probably all wondering how this experiment is going to depict the course of feeling good to becoming sick to feeling good again. Well, let's get started. Before we get started, we have to understand what object represents what for our experiment. So our bowl, for instance, filled with water, is going to represent our healthy body. This bowl of water is what it's like to feel great, no symptoms or anything like that. It's bacteria free. The pepper, on the other hand, is going to act as our infection or germs or bacteria. The dish liquid will serve as the antibiotic or medicine that we're going to introduce into our body. And lastly, the dropper here is going to be the tool we use to apply the antibiotic. So, we've all been sick before, and when we're sick, normally we have to call the doctors, and the doctors will prescribe an antibiotic or medicine with whatever case may be to fight off our infection. Now, antibiotics come in various forms. They come in liquid, pill form, and other substances, depending upon what the issue is that we're having. In this case, the dropper is going to represent the liquid form of an antibiotic. So let's get started with this here. We have a healthy body, okay, that feels great, it feels well, there's no symptoms, and then along come bacteria or an infection, making us sick. So you can see we apply some pepper here into the bowl of water, demonstrating what it looks like when our bodies become infected with bacteria. So now we're not feeling so well. This is the point where we must call the doctor to get a prescription. So the doctor will prescribe us an antibiotic, which in this case will be our dish liquid serving as the antibiotic. Now again, we said it's going to be liquid form, so we must need a dropper to apply our antibiotic. So what happens when we're sick and we take our antibiotic? What does it look like inside our human body when we introduce the antibiotic to fight off our infection? Let's see what happens. You can see right there, one drop of our antibiotic has started to take its course. The bacteria scatters or runs because the antibiotic is fighting it off. You'll notice that the bacteria has scattered around the outer edge of the bowl. In other words, if you could look inside the body, the bacteria, where it normally was all over the body, is dissipating. Now, an antibiotic usually is given over a course of a couple days or a week to completely fight off the infection. But you can see here, just within a couple days or a day or two, the antibiotic has already begun to take course. If you would keep applying the antibiotic, all of the pepper, or infection in this case, would completely disappear, resulting in that clear bowl of water again, which ultimately represents our healthy body that we looked at the beginning of the experience, free of germs, free of bacteria, and completely healthy again. This is an experiment that you can try at home using just some simple household objects. Again, if you have a dropper, a bowl of water, dish soap, and some pepper, you can see how the human body gets sick and then what the results are when we apply an antibiotic. Thank you for joining Mr. Air on this Vodcast. I hope you enjoyed it.